Hey everybody, welcome to Hat Hole Home Video. Today we're talking physical media, and specifically we're talking about a phenomenon, or something like a phenomenon, called the red letter media effect. What I mean by that is red letter media, phenomenal YouTubers. I take occasional swipes at them, but they're probably my all-time favorite YouTube channel. I never miss a video. It's incredibly funny and entertaining, and obviously they've really changed the landscape in terms of media review on YouTube in multiple ways. So huge credit where credit's due. It's not, I hate having to say all this stuff, but I know the comments are going to be filled with like mouth foaming RLM stands. The second you say anything even a little critical of them, or even talking about them at all, they'll be down there saying like, oh, here's the clout chaser, talking about RLM for the clicks. I just think this is an interesting thing that you don't see people talk about a whole lot, because RLM can talk about some weird, obscure VHS tape, and that tape can instantly go from worthless to incredibly valuable. And in the physical media market, or the retro media market, you don't see that sort of influence and power. You see it with I think there's a lot of YouTubers that focus on like retro gaming, Nintendo, old Nintendo. RLM, I don't think it's an after effect of, it is the RLM effect. It's the RLM after effect of them talking about something. Is all of a sudden fans want something because it's attached to RLM, but also, they're introducing us to these things. And I know in the case of, I think the first one for me was Suburban Sasquatch, where I'm like, I really want to watch this movie. And I went on eBay, and instantly, it was within hours of their video coming out, all the eBay prices were, people were asking $200 for this DVD. Now there's two sides to this coin, because on one hand, I hate the fact that things can be manipulated like this. And again, not maliciously. Well, and not maliciously on RLM's part. It is malicious on the part of the resellers. And as far as physical media goes, resellers in many ways are necessary evils, and not everybody is it's not, I'm not saying you're a bad person if you're a reseller. Lots of I know I have resellers in my life that are fantastic people, but there's something scummy about it. There's something, and they have wildly blown the retro media market. They've blown up this bubble, and it is pricing a lot of people out of what I think is a really fun hobby. I love collecting VHS tapes and laser discs and DVDs and everything, all forms of physical media. But now these collector markets are really distorting everything. All the prices are just completely out of whack. And red letter media contributes to that a lot. Mostly it's unintentional. Mostly, I don't blame them. They want to talk about a funny VHS tape they found. I think it would be pretty lame for them to have to be like, well, if we talk about it, are the VHS tapes going to be stupidly expensive on eBay for the next couple of years? It's like, that is not their concern. And nor should it be. But the one time that I'm very critical of RLM for the Nuki tape situation. I don't like, and what's funny is they were doing, they were trying to bring attention to the complete scam that is this media grading industry that is starting to crop up, and that is absolutely a complete scam, without question. It's just predatory. It is just, a lot of these media, a lot of the pricing has sort of inflated to a place where people can't stuff their bellies anymore with it. So they found a new way to stuff their bellies. By grading VHS tapes, now they can ask $3,000 for a tape instead of $300, which is a tape that should only be $3. But yeah, it's obvious that it's just greed. And RLM made a video trying to expose that, and I think doing a good job of exposing that. The problem is they, as a joke, they destroyed hundreds of copies of a movie called Nuki. And by doing that, I think they wildly manipulated the market even further, because I have been, ever since, I've been watching the prices of Nuki on, you could say I did it all for the Nuki. But no, I've been watching Nuki VHS tapes on eBay ever since. And a lot more graded copies have been popping up with people wanting thousands of dollars. Even the regular copies, people want hundreds of dollars. And if you look at the sold, for the most part, they're selling now for hundreds of dollars. Saw one not too long ago, it sold for like 60. But those are few and far between. And I don't like that RLM destroyed all those tapes. I think for a physical media collector, I think that really sucks. I just think it's a weird thing, but it's funny how it's funny how a YouTuber or YouTubers or YouTube channel can so radically affect the prices of these things. But at the same time, most of us wouldn't know about any of these things if RLM hadn't introduced us to them. And there's things like Suburban Sasquatch that now have gotten new physical releases. It has become The Room or Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's now becoming a famous, so bad it's good movie, and that is completely thanks to RLM introducing it to their audience, and their audience embracing it and wanting it. So the RLM effect, it's a really interesting thing. I actually made a video about the Nuki situation when it was fresh, and that video kind of came out like I was really ragging on him too hard. I was kind of irritated. It got under my skin a little bit, and I'm glad I didn't post it, because I was just in too much of a negative headspace about it. But I do think it's kind of lame. You know, for all we know, they destroyed the majority of existing Nuki tapes in the world. We don't know. You know, they had hundreds of these tapes. That might have been most of the tapes that were still in the world. And whether even if you don't like that movie, that's really not your judgment call. It's kind of rude. That's all. I will say it is a little rude. Guys, you're a little rude, but I still like you. You're still top of the heap as far as movie reviewers on YouTube. But yeah, I'll stop rambling. I'm going to shut it down right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. See ya.